Hello, I'm Deb Dietz of SMB Digital Education, and together with Rom Gayoso of Futures Network TV, we are happy you are joining us today for the launch of our Futures Network.tv over-the-top pay-per-view channel. Hi, Rom. How you doing today?
Oh, doing great. Thank you so much. How wonderful to see you. And thank you so much for leading the charge.
Absolutely. We are delighted to be here today and wanted to, again, welcome everybody. And this is a very exciting day for us to do our launch of the platform. So, Ram, I know you're going to advance the slides, but if you could take us to the next slide and we can begin. Wonderful. So we all do this, right? You know what I mean. We sit on the sofa and we channel surf and we waste countless hours watching shows that we've all seen 1,000 times. But what if you could do something good for your brain and learn something? Maybe learn about how to grow your business, how to build the entrepreneurial blueprint for your business, how to become a more impactful CEO, how to innovate and implement, how to develop your financial literacy skills, or how to whip your social media strategy into shape, how to make the most from your networking, how to become a better communicator, or how to build your strategic plan, how to use storytelling to captivate your target audience, or how to price your products so you're not leaving money on the table. How do you manage change and manage uncertainty? How to implement AI and authentic intelligence into your business, or how to effectively pitch to investors, how to get a handle on your stress, how to get a handle on your pain, how to get a handle on your credit, or learn about your pregnancy, child rearing, and how to become a more confident parent. How to shift your mindset for success. There's so much to learn in business and in life. So do something good for your brain.
Oh, I love that. The opportunity to, do something useful, learn. So I try to tell people when you get into the kind of content we offer, you're not wasting your time. You're investing
Yeah.
your time. You're always learning something. So don't just watch TV for the sake of watching TV. Watch TV with a purpose.
I love that. Watch it with a purpose and the variety that we have on the platform. I think there's something for everybody here. So really, really excited to be able to showcase the platform today for everybody, both from the entrepreneurial path, but also for the health and wellness. And so we're going to get into some details here, but just starting out, in the work that SMB does, SMB Digital Education, we're working with subject matter experts to help them develop their online training courses. And so now working with Rom and Futures Network TV, we're bringing you the videos from many of those contributors' online courses. So you have really two options to learn from experts in their field. So these are subject matter experts across many different business, health, and wellness disciplines. So you can either take their 4-hour online courses, which teach you step by step how to implement what you're learning. And now you have the ability to watch the videos on demand on a subscription basis, or you could just watch one video at a time on a pay-per-view basis. So it's a way for you all to learn the way that you want to learn. You may want to build some skills, and that would, and then the online training courses are available to help you step by step learn and how to implement and execute. Or you could just watch one of the videos, one that's really particularly of interest to you, one at a time. So we're really happy that you're with us because here we are launching our videos from all of those online courses. And we have a channel. It's our Entrepreneur's Path that's all about business. And so those videos, I have a focus on leadership, marketing, finance, operations, strategic planning, scenario planning, process operations, pricing, sales, the entrepreneurial operating system, crisis management, innovation, AI, authentic intelligence. There's just so much here that we're really excited to be able to offer. And then we also, in addition to the Entrepreneur's Path, we also have a channel called Health Futures, which includes videos on topics such as weight management, pain management, pregnancy, and parenting. And our contributors there on the Health Futures channel are physicians, they're health care practitioners, and wellness experts. And then our wellness channel also includes videos from coaches and consultants on who are experts on mindfulness and emotional intelligence, emotional well-being, relationship building. And so we're also, and Rom can share some thoughts about our channel called Our Culture, which speaks and shares different cultures around the world with videos in different languages. So we're really, really excited about the variety, the diversity of the content on the platform: business, health, wellness, culture, and then moving also into the areas of the arts and into entertainment. So anything there, Ram, you want to add about our culture or the arts? Maybe share a little bit about the film festivals?
Yeah, so part of the issue is that, so, folks, we work on several conferences, one every 3 months actually, and we go to different parts of the world. And when we do that, some of the people who are there want to see content in their own languages, and that's perfectly fine. So we're starting with two channels, one in Portuguese and one in Spanish. So we have a variety of different content providers in there. So issues about arts and music and culture, but also about their views of the world, their perspectives. We decided to call it culture or our culture in different languages because the goal there is to use it as a platform for them to manifest their thoughts and the ideas and what they're all about, and they can share that with the rest of the world, with all of us. Meanwhile, we have this beautiful exchange where we share our views and our perspectives and the way we see the world. So the platform is really like that gooey thing that brings people together. And of course, that implies, so again, our focus is future. So we decided to work on futures of health and wellness on one hand, and the futures of business and entrepreneurship on the other. But hey, Rome wasn't built in a day, and we are working on expanding the platform. And of course, we think about entertainment and the arts. So we have partners with several different film festivals. And what happens is that's more like avant-garde, new arts, independent filmmakers. They bring different ideas, different perspectives, and that's what we wanted this platform to be: a place you're going to find new ideas, new perspectives. You're going to connect with other people from different places out of the world, see what they think and how they think and what's important to them. And in the process, we all learn and grow together, Deb.
Absolutely. I love that. And it's a beautiful platform. And I know, Ram, you're going to take us on a tour of the platform here in a minute. So everybody will have a chance to see just how good it looks. It even looks like, those premium over the top, video on demand streaming services. You all know who they are. But I think you're going to be really excited to see how good our platform looks. But before we do that, I wanted to make sure that everybody had a good understanding of who we are. And so I wanted to just share a little bit about Rom with those of you that are watching today. So Rom is the program director for Futures Television, Radio Futures, and Futures Network.tv. He's also the editor-in-chief of IMCI Magazine. And as program director, Ram is responsible for the selection of all the content that's featured on the media platforms. And in addition to hourly news updates, you can find the best talk shows on futures, foresights, and business trends anywhere on the radio. He's also the program director for Futures Television, where he's in charge of selecting, negotiating, and overseeing all the programming for the network. And as editor of the magazine, IMCI Magazine is an international publication. Rom brings together researchers, intelligence professionals, futurists, and social scientists from all over the world. And the goal of the magazine is to share advances in market intelligence and competitive intelligence, hence its name, IMCI Magazine, to discuss, research process efficiencies, as well as to reflect on the trends that are shaping our future. And I am Deb Dietz. I am the CEO of SMB Digital Education. We are online course creators. So we work with experts in their field, in business, in health, and in wellness. And so we help these experts monetize their expertise by leveraging their intellectual property. And we create new revenue streams for themselves and for their businesses in the form of an online course. And so you may be wondering, how did Rom and I get together to embark on this initiative of Futures Network TV? And I wanted to share with you kind of what the starting point was for us, what the impetus was for us to move forward in this direction. And in the work that Rom and I do together, we work with professionals from all walks of life, and we do a lot of research, and we're paying attention to emerging trends in business. And one of those trends that we became aware of when it was as it relates to women who receive significantly less funding amounts than men do when they're looking to raise funds for their business. And so we started, as being researchers, we dug into some of those data sets and found that we needed to, that it's an issue for women to gain funding for their businesses. And so we, started to really question that and thought, what can we do about it? We can talk about the fact that there is an injustice here when it comes to fundraising. And then, we continued to pursue the topic and found that it wasn't just women that were not receiving their fair share of funding, but that there was another reality, a harsher reality, that women, not only women, but minorities, so Latinas, LGBTQ communities, Asian, Black, and Brown communities face the exact same problem. And for those individuals who are in a double minority status, they receive even less funding opportunities than others do. So we really thought, we could talk about it, and we do talk about it a great deal on the shows, but we decided to do something about it. And so our first attempt to do something about it was the creation of our first global online conference, which was VC Latinx this past May. And so there we really strive to bring together professionals, business, health, and wellness professionals who were really willing and dedicated to spending their time and their effort in helping to train and educate these women and minority entrepreneurs to ensure that they were able to receive the same opportunities that others do. So our work together really embarked on the ability to extend opportunities to others, and those that are typically often overlooked in the funding process, because we want to make sure that they have a chance to bring their innovations, their ideas to fruition. We want them to have a seat at the table. And so the free conference was really for those that needed a refresher about business topics. So, and then we added the health and wellness experts because, being an entrepreneur it's a roller coaster ride, and everybody needs to have an understanding of business fundamentals. But we wanted to make sure that we were serving our audience of new and emerging entrepreneurs holistically, their body, their mind, their spirit. And so we started thinking about how we should structure the conference. And so we really came up with 4 different levels of service. So for those who maybe are further down the road, maybe they've developed their business plans, they're ready to pitch to a panel of investors, Rom and I thought, let's find a way to help facilitate connections from these entrepreneurs to those investors so that they can actually pitch their idea. So if they're ready to go, they've got their plans in place, and they feel confident in their abilities to pitch, we will help make those introductions. And then we thought and then there are other entrepreneurs that need to build some skills. So we thought, okay, this is an opportunity for us to provide the step-by-step online training through the online courses, because that allows people to have to actually go through the training process and learn how to implement and execute what they're learning. And then there may be those that say, we have a great idea, but we really want someone to really, project management project manage our effort, help us actually create the plans, and ultimately pitch to those investors on our behalf. And so we thought, wherever people are on their entrepreneurial journey, some have just an idea and they may need more help than others. And there are those that are ready to go and ready to move forward. So we wanted to make sure that wherever people are on that journey, that we had something where we could help them be successful. Because ultimately, this is what Rom and I are all about: is providing the opportunities, but also ensuring people's success, so that they do have a seat at the table, so that they can qualify for funding. And so we wanted to, really leave no stone unturned. So we are basically your working partners, and we will ensure that your ideas, your concepts, your products will be displayed in the best possible light. So the conference, which is really our inaugural conference, VC Latinx, when we started putting it together, we thought, the conference really sits on 4 pillars of service. The first pillar is the education pillar, which is the free conference. So we're gathering this arsenal of subject matter experts to speak on these business topics, and they speak in 25-minute blocks of time about that topic. And then the second pillar is the training pillar, and that's where the 4-hour online training courses come into play. And then we have our coaching pillar, which is, again, ensuring that entrepreneur is supported in, body, mind, and spirit. So coaching became into play because you need to have support along the way with people that can help you manage through that journey that you're on. And then the fourth pillar is the community. So as entrepreneurs, there are many entrepreneurs out there, many that are solopreneurs. And so we wanted to ensure that you don't feel alone embarking on your journey, that there are many other entrepreneurs all over the world that are doing the same thing you are. And we wanted to make sure that you had access to this community so that you can partner together, work together, share best practices. And so you feel that you have, a village around you to help you ultimately become successful. And because Rom and I are always looking for ways to add value and to be of service, we decided to take all those presentations from those experts who spoke at our conference and make them available on our new futuresnetwork.tv platform. So you'll see all the videos of all those presenters when Rom does our demonstration here in a minute. So we've added all those videos from our conference speakers on the platform, and we're really excited to be able to offer that to you as well. So that's kind of how we started down the building of the entrepreneur's path. All those business-related presentations and course videos are now available on the platform. The health channel, all those health-related presentations and the wellness-related presentations at our conference, those videos are also available on the platform. And, why are we doing this? Ultimately, it's to transfer knowledge. It's to ensure that all those emerging entrepreneurs, wherever you are, women, wherever you are in the world and whoever you are, women, minorities, LGBTQ, Asian, Black, Brown communities, that you all have an opportunity to learn from the best of the best in business, in health, and in wellness. And Rom and I have, left no stone unturned in really reaching out to these experts in their field, and these are leaders in their field. And so why? Because we want to make sure that you're learning from the best of the best, so you have the greatest probability for success. So we continue to build the platform. We'll talk a little bit later about, we'll talk about what's on the platform right now and what's coming, because we're always adding content to the platform. And we're also continuing to build online training classes to continue to bring world-class education to a global audience of entrepreneurs. So we want you to be able to go to our next conference, which is VC EuropeX, which is coming up at the end of October. And that is our website there is www.vceuropex.com. There you'll get a chance to see our agenda, see the speakers and the topics for our program. And also, if you want to speak at the conference or if you want to create an online training course, there's an opportunity for you to be able to go in and apply as a speaker or as an online course creator. So, Ron, can you take us quickly to the vceuropex.com site so people can kind of see what it looks like? And then there's an opportunity for you to actually fill out a form. If you're interested in speaking, we would love to hear from you. And maybe Ron can share the site with us and tell us a little bit about what that application form is asking for.
Absolutely. So let's take a look. So, folks, this is vceuropex.com, and that is our landing site and has a little bit of information about the conference. So let's start by taking a look at first the europex.com site. So it has our dates in there. So we're just getting started, and we're waiting for you, 20th October through November 2nd. If you get started, you can register for free. And when you click on this registration button, actually, the conference is free. All of the conferences we do are free. So make sure you come in and you register. And by the way, if you register and you attend the conference, you can get your free continuing education credit. So CEUs are for free. So grab it while they're last, while the cake is hot. Make sure you take advantage of this opportunity. You see a little bit of information about the conference. We welcome you folks. And then there are a series of calls. The first one is the call for presenters. So let's say you have an idea and you'd like to present at the conference. Well, that's why we have the call for presenters. So in this section here, what you can do is to submit your information, what's your name, your LinkedIn or your Crossing profile, your email, and then tell us a little bit or write us a paragraph explaining how will startups benefit from your session. So what is your message? How are you going to help, the startup folks become more successful? And of course, feel free to attach maybe a description, a Word document, a PowerPoint, anything that you feel will convey your idea. After you're done, just hit the submit session proposal, and Deb and I are going to get it. Well, not just us. We're going to share it with the organizing committee. But hey, at least two of us are going to be getting it. So
Absolutely.
the second one is to submit your course proposal. So Deb just explained, we are an online training facility as well. So if you have an idea for a course, the procedure is similar.
Mm-hmm.
So go in and you tell us, your name, what is your LinkedIn or Crossing profile, your email, then write a paragraph or two about, what is the course all about. And again, if you have any kind of collaterals, a PowerPoint presentation, a Word, maybe you wrote a course description, and that would be helpful. So we'll receive that information, we'll review it with the organizing committee, and then we're going to reach back to you and ask a couple of questions. Then there's a little bit of information about the team. Of course, this is work in progress. It's always growing. So, of course, Deb and I, and we have chapter leads. So what exactly are those people and what is it that they do? So because we go to different countries, and the next one is Europe, a continent, of course. So then what happens is we look for people inside each one of those countries. That's it in Europe. And to get their help and their perspectives, what is important to them, and what issues are they dealing with. And then, of course, they're the ones who will be finding us the contributors to the conference. So as you're going to see, we have several of them, in the UK, in Germany, of course, in Israel, in Turkey, and in Sweden, and we keep adding them up. So those are the people who are working with us. They're working in their respective countries, building their portfolio, finding the best presenters who are the most well-known people in the specific fields that they're working on in their countries. So we have, a perspective on AI and education from Sweden. We have a perspective of competitive intelligence from Germany. We have a competitive of AI and intelligence from the UK. So you're going to find a variety of providers, seasoned professionals from different countries, bringing different perspectives. And that's exactly what makes those kind of conferences a very well-rounded experience, is because we hear from different people, from different walks of life. They're very seasoned professionals. And again, you get the different perspectives. And this is what makes this exchange very rich. So we're going to be, publishing the guide, but of course the guide you can also find on the vceuropex.fishfairs.com. I'm going to take a pic right now in just a moment. But if you like to remain informed, please subscribe to our newsletter. So every Tuesday, Dietz releases a new version of the newsletter. We say what's new,
Mhm.
new presenters, what we're doing, new courses, new advances, whatever is new in our world, you're going to be, getting to know firsthand. So you just go into the newsletter, just your email address and your name, and hit subscribe, and you're going to be connected with us through the newsletters. Again, we have a presence in several social media platforms. So why we do that? Well, the reason is, for example, in our Facebook community, when you go there, we that is used as a sounding board for all of us. They make suggestions. We basically evaluate them, say how we're going to go about them, or somebody else brings a course, an idea, or a presentation. We share it with this controlled group. Well, it's 13,000 people. And we share that information with them, and they give feedback. I'd like to hear more about this or less about that. So if you'd like, to, have your voice heard, and you'd like to make the conference even better, please feel free to join us. Again, you can join us, and I'm going to just kind of remind you can join us by presenting. That's why we have the call for presenters. You can join us by teaching a course, and that's why we have the call for basically course creators. And then we have the chapter leads. So if you're in a different country and would like to bring our message to your country, or you'd like to bring your country's message to the world through us, feel free to join us. The organizing committee is always looking for ways to expand and embrace more people. And if you'd like to, remain on top of what's going on, please subscribe to our newsletter. And of course, remain in touch with us through any of the social media platforms that we belong to.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Rom. And absolutely, everybody, please, like and follow us and, come along on the journey with us. And again, we encourage you to join us both as as a speaker or course creator, both. We'd love to have you. So please, come on board. Also, it's kind of interesting because, in the world I live in, and as far as online education is concerned, we wanted to make sure people had the opportunity to learn the way that they want to learn. And so one of the courses, for example, that we'll show you here in a minute is a course about pregnancy and parenting. And it's a very large, online course. It's a 44 lesson course that really helps educate people from the moment they find out that they're expecting all the way through some of the toddler years. And we realize that people are in different, they're in different, parts of their journey. And so we thought we need to make sure that when we're developing education and making education accessible to all, we wanted people to be able to take advantage of that the way that they want to. So that there are going to be people that may want to take the online training course, Raising Confident Parents, learn everything about the prenatal and postpartum journey. But there may be people who just want to watch one video, who may say, you know what, I'm a new mom and I want to watch that one video about breastfeeding. And so that's really the opportunity that Ram and I found, is how do we take all this incredible content from all these experts and be able to have our, those that are interested in that topic really, specify exactly what is most meaningful to them. And so the videos allow you to literally select one video at a time. So you can subscribe to the channel, but you can also watch, in many cases, one video at a time, and just experience that specific information. Or you can take the entire online course. So we're giving you options to engage with the information. And again, our courses and our videos are created by the experts in their field. So wanted to just share with you that there's a lot of flexibility on the platform. There's a lot of flexibility with learning how you want to learn. So what I want to do now is transition to take a look at the actual channels on the platform, and then Rommel to actually give us a tour of the platform so you can actually see what it looks like. And then if you stay with us here for a little bit longer, we'll share with you how you can subscribe to the channel. And there's a bonus at the end for those of you that stay with us today. So I want to just share with you the first slide here really speaks to our Entrepreneurs Path channel. And then we have the Health Futures channel and the Wellness channel. And so let's just take a look at this. Here we've got the Entrepreneurs Path. We have our conference portal. So the conference portal are really the videos from all of our speakers at VC Latin X. And then, of course, as those are being developed for VC Europe X, we're taking all those videos of those presenters, those 25-minute videos, and all those videos are being placed in the conference portal. So when Rom, walks us through that, you'll see the array of all these wonderful speakers on all these many different topics on business. And so that's really an eye opener when you see that. That's our conference portal channel. Then we have a channel about financial literacy. There we have Jen Nash. She has developed an online course. Her videos are on the Futures Network platform. So that's all about financial strength, unlock your financial power. We've got Rom, your videos are on the platform as well. Futures television content, your reflection videos, tutorials, your books and authors, interview shows are there where you're interviewing all these experts in their field who are book authors. Very, very compelling conversation. So I'm excited about that being on the platform. We've got how to spot signals of change and manage uncertainty with Martin Sherm. We have Rom's scenario planning for action videos on the platform. Strategic planning videos from my course are available on the platform. We have Max Lambright, who is created a course called the CEO's Roadmap to Building a World-Class Organization, and Max's videos are on the platform. We've got Kevin Saboski, who is from the Fastest Route. He's developed a course about the entrepreneurial operating system for solopreneurs. Those videos are on the platform. Sylvia Henderson, how to attend events with intention and purpose. We have Chela Diaz, who's got videos about how to raise your prices so that you're not leaving money on the table. So there's some significant business information and education available on the Entrepreneurs channel. So then we've got, so if we can go to the next slide, Rom, if you would. So these are the videos that are coming soon to the platform. So when we do the tour, you'll see those that are currently available right now, but we also have many that are in development. So many of these subject matter experts are creating courses and videos that will be coming very, very soon. So we have Rainer McMichaeli about competitive intelligence for startups. We've got Katarina Hansens Carlson. She's going to have some education about artificial and authentic intelligence. Walter Murray on closing the strategic vision gap and accelerate strategy. We have Catherine Johns working on building your presentation skills, which are very important for many different reasons, but particularly when you are presenting to a panel of investors, you want to put your best face forward. Catherine will teach you what you need to know to be an effective communicator. We have Elizabeth Colon, who's developing 2 courses, presenting for leadership lessons, paying it forward, and women business owned certification. So many business owners, women business owners, are looking to certify as a women-owned certified business. Elizabeth will kind of walk you through what that process is. We have Joyce Joya, who's going to be working on experience rules, a roadmap for startup success. Angie Sullivan about the impact of biases in the workplace and why training alone isn't enough. We have Vanessa Cabrera teaching on social media marketing, Mark Cook on sales enablement, Sylvia Henderson on the pitch impact and how to pitch to venture capitalists, And then we've got a couple of our contributors that are in Portuguese, and these ladies and their expertise will be showcased on our cultures channel. So you can see, what we have. We have work to do here in preparation for our next conference, but many of these people that you see here are contributors to our next conference. Their videos will be available on the platform as well. So there's a significant breadth and depth of learning experiences here across many different business topics. So this is really exciting work here. So if we go on and take a look at the next, here we are. The Health Futures channel has the healthcare channel and health documentaries, and then the Raising Confident Parents course about pregnancy and parenting. So under our healthcare channel, we have the Ask Deb About Health videos from the Ask Deb show, where we have physicians and healthcare practitioners come on the show and talk about many different topics. We have the healthcare contrarian, Dr. Jay Joshi, who's an expert in pain management, and he has his own show on the channel. We have Dr. Bob Saul. Dr. Bob is a pediatrician, so he does a lot of discussion about conscious parenting, how to be a great parent. And we have many different health documentaries about sleep, about stem cell research, very, very broad subject matters in the health documentaries that are available, and then the course on pregnancy. And then we also have our wellness channel. So we have Tiffany Lester, who has a course called The Empowered Mind. It's all about mindset mastery. And then we have Meet the Body with Stephanie Braden, who will have her videos will be on the platform. So you can learn about the body and learn about pain and and exercise and how to take care of your health. So this is an opportunity to really learn about business, learn about health, learn about wellness. So let's maybe shift now, Rom, and maybe let's take a tour of the platform so people can kind of see, and experience what that looks like when they land on futuresnetwork.tv.
All right, so let's take a look at futuresnetwork.tv, and that is the home. So a couple of pieces of information for you to know. So number one, where can you find futuresnetwork.tv? Well, we are a television station inside of Roku. So that's through your Roku TV enabled TV sets, through the Roku app, through the Roku stick, or through Roku.com. So if you have a Roku television or a Roku TV device, just go into Roku and look for us through the channel, and look for the channel, and you have to add the channel before you can watch it. But again, in Roku, it is free. And the Futures Network TV is the premium content. So of course, this is the one that is not free, but you can also find that on Roku TV. So it's in Roku. We actually are apps. So through the Google App Store or to the Apple App Store, you can download us. And of course, you can come through us here. And this is futurenetwork.tv. So this is the web view. Of course, I'm not on television right now. I am basically doing a demo off of the website. And this is what you see. So again, Deb did a fabulous work at explaining what we do. So we focus on the future, and we use basically think of it as two main highways. One is we're worried about the future of health and wellness, how we are and how we feel. And then we're worried about earning a living. So that's the entrepreneur's path or the future of business. So let me show you what it looks like. And I'll start with the health futures piece. So this is just talking about health and wellness. So the future of health and wellness. So this is how the entire channel is set up. So you see the sub channels. So healthcare information, documentaries. We will have the P2P, Raising Confident Parents or Pregnancy to Parenting course. And we have the wellness channel. Okay, so let's get started with the health documentaries. So you have a question or you have a specific condition and you'd like to know more. So go to the health documentaries page, and then there's a list of different documentaries over there. Say perhaps you have issues with sleeping or sleeping disorders. So you're going to find documentaries over there. And if you're not so sure, you can always hit the watch the trailer. And the trailer, each one of them will
Today,
have a different
lack
trailer.
of sleep touches all generations.
Insomnia is very common. It's estimated that nearly 10% of adults around the world are severely insomniac.
If I don't take something to send me to sleep, I don't sleep. I stay awake the whole night.
So if you have a problem with sleeping, this is the documentary that's right for you. So each one of those documentaries is going to have a respective trailer. So you can come in and say, well, it's a couple of minutes of the cinematographer explaining. So what is this all about? So losing sleep. So there's of course a text, a description in there. If people left comments, the comments are in there. But of course, you can always, watch the trailer before you decide whether or not you want to watch this one. So I'm going to go back. So again, there's several different topics in there. Again, so losing sleep is just one of them. Maybe you have gluten intolerance, or you're curious about, radiation or the cell phone radiation, or you are curious about alternative medicine. You're curious about getting a second opinion. You're curious about stem cell research or what's happening in our guts. So microbiota, it's a very interesting kind of documentary. So again, you're going to go through the list of documentaries. They all have trailers, so you can take a look and decide for yourself. So the way that the channel is organized is not very different from the large sites that we have seen before. And so when, for example, we see a video about losing sleep or having difficulties at sleeping, and if we have a different video, so for example, in the pregnancy video, and there's a section there about getting baby to sleep or falling asleep, those widgets will appear. They're connected. So if you do a search in the site saying sleep, sleeping, sleep, or sleeping disorders, you're going to find a variety of things. It can be a documentary, it can be a part of a course or a book, or it could be one of the coaches having a presentation. So this is why we do this. We thought we really wanted to have structured presentations. So those are the documentaries. And then we have courses. And then, of course, you have perspectives from healthcare professionals and perspectives from coaches. And that's why the channel is subdivided into those parts. So let's take a look at the healthcare providers. So what you see here, so different healthcare providers are here. And of course, we have our wonderful Deb Dietz here with Ask Deb About Health. It's a new show that she launched, and of course, this is still in progress. So she's interviewing new people. It's new to the platform, but she has been working on this for quite some time. So you can see different physicians that have stories to tell, and they will share their perspectives with all of us. And if you do have a question, that's the right place. So Deb is dedicated to helping you build health literacy skills. So it's about information, finding information, and finding people to talk to. The healthcare contrarian. So Dr. Jay Joshi, he is basically the author of The Daily Remedy, and he has a variety of very impactful shows in there and discussions. So he's very preoccupied. So he deals with people with chronic pain. So he's very preoccupied with people's well-beings. And his practice in Chicago, what happens is he's always focusing on people with pain, with chronic pain, how to alleviate that. And of course, he teaches on very important subjects. For instance, opioid abuses, the opioid crisis, how we got here. So he, in one of this shows, he has Dr. Kertesh, who is the principal investigator, who led in the United States the investigation about, opioid drug abuse and the rate of suicide. So all of those topics are very important, very interesting. And if you're curious about, how a situation is evolving, or how to find out, he has, for example, Dr. Jen Orient, and she talks about, medical ethics. So if you want to hear discussion or participate or learn more about, the ethics that guide our physicians, feel free to take a look at that. So along the same lines, we have Dr. Bob. So Dr. Robert Saul, he has the Dr. Bob column, or Ask Dr. Bob, and he is an emeritus professor of pediatrics. So if you have a question about, children, that's the place to go. And he is a wonderful man, and he talks a lot about, parenting and parenting issues and dealing with children and things that you and I can do at home to make that relationship work better. And Douglas Mohall, he is an environmental health expert. He's the author of discovering the nature of longevity. So if you're curious about living a longer life, that's the channel for you. So he has a variety of different physicians that come in. So for example, Dr. Gervasio Lamas is a cardiologist, or chief cardiologist, I should say, from the Mount Sinai Health Institute. So he comes in and talks about health issues and heart issues. And of course, we have discussions of alternative therapies. And so for people who have diabetic feet, how to save your foot. So let's say how not to lose your foot. So all those physicians are here, and they share information about the latest advances in medicine, what's new in their world. And if you're curious and would like to find out more, so this is the place for you to be. And so, of course, this is on the health side issue I mentioned before. But if you are pregnant, or if you know someone who is pregnant or is going to be pregnant or thinking about pregnancy, that's the course for you. So raising confident parents is a beautiful work of art, I should say that. So it is divided into several chapters. It's a very long course, but it's walking you through from the very essence, from the very beginning, all the way through raising your child. So chapter 1 is about pregnancy, so when you find out. And then chapter 2 go through preparing for baby's arrival. So what do you do, right? A baby's arriving, right? So the issues of labor and delivery, right? So staying in a hospital, bringing the baby home, and this is the most important, I guess, feeding the baby, and the issues of feeding the baby, whether you're going to give the baby formula, or whether you're going to burp the baby, whether the baby is not going to sleep because of some issue about feeding. So I can share the story about one of my kids. So he was lactose intolerant, and we did not know. So he had a terrible time until we found that out. Then we switched formulas, and then he was okay. But feeding your child is very important. And then of course healthy sleep, and I mentioned that to you. So there's a section here that talks about sleeping, or issues of sleeping if you have a baby. Now, of course, we have a documentary about sleeping and sleeping disorders. So perhaps that one's talking about adults, and this one's talking about children or adults with children. So again, if you find content, all the content in the platform is connected. So if the content refers to or resembles something else, it's in there. So this way, so why we do this? Well, because maybe you want to watch a documentary, maybe you want to take a course, maybe you want to hear what a physician has to say about it, or maybe you want to hear what maybe a doula or a different professional would have to say about some specific topic. So again, you get the idea, is to provide a comprehensive information, so that again you're the decider here, but you can take a look at a variety of different pieces of information on different content creators in different formats. So again, we go through sleep deprivation, which is similar in postpartum depression. So rekindling the spark, basically our relationships with our respective partners after we have children, and then of course moving on to the early toddler years. So this is a very beautiful, it's actually a course, but it's also presented here in the video format. So if you have an issue, would love to hear more about raising a child, that's the place to go. Then we have the wellness channel. So because we worry about people in terms of just not health, but wellness and your mind and your body. So you find a variety of providers. Of course, this is still in construction, but we have, for example, The Empowered Mind by Tiffany Lester. And by the way, if you look carefully, you're going to find seasons. So she worked in several seasons, and there are 4 seasons here. So it talks about self-mastery, growth, relationship building, intuition. So let's go to relationship building. So you're going to find different videos in there. So you're going to hear the way that those content creators work is they create a series of talks, and they will walk you through specific issues, emotional intelligence, neuro-linguistic programming, body language, healthy boundaries. So each one of those chapters contains several videos. So if you're interested in relationship building or specific ones, that's what the seasons are here for. Oh, this is about intuition. Oh, this is about growth. Oh, this is about self-mastery. And within each one of those seasons, you find several different videos. Or if you are interested in your body, So this is the mind if you're interested in the body. So we have a wonderful trainer here, Coach Stephanie Braden, and she has a series of talks in here. And she is a very prolific talker. She has many different and new kinds of contents every other week or so. But if you're interested in hear a little bit about her and what she brings to the table, let's take a look at her trailer, for example. Again, if you go through the channel and you're unsure, you can always check the trailer to see what is this message all about. So let's take a look at her trailer. So again, her focus is more on the physical aspect. So you're gonna see things about knees, about your joints, about working out with pain or moving with pain, and that's how it starts to make the connection. So you have a physician like Dr. Jay Joshi, who sees patients in his practice and he talks about chronic pain, and then you see a coach like Coach Stephanie Braden who talks about but you have to move around, move around, shake around. So she's gonna talk about how you do that. So maybe it's a physical therapist on one hand and a physician on the other, but you get the gist. The idea is to provide you with a comprehensive perspective. So if you're curious about the medical angle, you look at the healthcare professionals. If you're curious about the wellness angle, you take a look at wellness. So again, this is where we are. So this is the health and wellness aspect. Again, we're very concerned, or we really like to share more and get perspectives on the future of our health, the future of well-being, the future of our wellness as individuals and as societies. Now, the other highway that we have is called Entrepreneur's Path, and basically Deb gave you a preview, but this is exactly what it looks like. So folks, those are different channels. When you go through each one of them, you're going to find their channels on their own. So the conference portal, that's the one that houses all the conferences. So again, the past conference was VC Latin X. We still don't have content from VC Europe X on the platform, but if you'd like to hear exactly what happened during VC Latin X, you're going to find a variety of videos in there. So our content creators came in, and that's what Deb mentioned, the 25-minute presentations. Those are the shorter presentations. So that's, for example, Vanessa Cabrera talked about social media marketing strategies. Martin Schwirm talked about, how to spot signals of change. John Mackey talked about, credits and using credit reports to our advantage. Caroline Lerner talks about, her journey as an angel investor. So you see different perspectives here. People who are in business, people who are in finance, people who are in leadership, people who are in strategy, and they gave their talk. So that's the short version of their work. So feel free to come in and take a look at what happened at that conference. And soon enough, we're going to have VC Europex information inside of the conference portal. If you move to Futures Television, so Futures Television is also expanding and bringing on all the entertainment. So we have right now a series of podcasts and discussions and movies and tutorials, but pretty soon we'll be adding up the film festivals. So if you're looking for independent films, you're looking for arts, and if you're looking for entertainment, and that's where our culture material is going to be housed. So it's within Futures Television, which is also a free channel inside of Roku. And then what you see here is a variety of different courses, right? So for example, let's take a look at Jen Nash, and she does a fabulous job in financial literacy education. So if you are curious about building your financial literacy skills, that's a place for you to start. So folks, the structure is very similar. So Jen is very organized, and she put together a series of talks, or basically a very long course that is 4 hours long. And we use the season format to kind of break it into small little pieces. So first one, your successful self, making a decision or the decision maker, handling that, and the magic feathers kind of capstone course. So for example, let's take a look at handling that. So inside of that, leveling up, dealing with setbacks, the debt gremlin, so how to control that, and then take a look at your specific issues of budgeting and working through them. So each one of them, they're individual lessons. So there's 4 lessons within 4 chapters, and that's a total. It's a 4-hour long course or a long presentation, subdivided into easy to manage videos, so you can go through each one of the lessons, make your notes, take a look at what skills you need to acquire. And she made it absolutely and very easy. So again, with financial literacies, skills are your thing, that's a very good place to start. Then we have how to spot signals of change and manage uncertainty. So Martin Schwirm, it talks a lot about um, weak signals and risk management and uncertainty and how to deal with that. So my own work is on scenario planning. So my issue is scenario planning for action and storytelling. So I go through, the creation of scenarios, how we use them, how we build them, and then of course, half of the course is about storytelling or creating your own stories. So Deb's own material is here, so strategic planning. And what I really like about Deb is that it's this ability that she has to hold your hands and walk you through step by step. So when you think about the strategic planning complex projects, they're very complex, they're large, they're huge. So how do you get started? And Deb walks you through step by step how to think about it, how to plan it, how to execute it. So not in an esoteric perspective. It's not about theory. It's about getting your hands on the dough, and it's about doing. So all that you do here is not about talking about it. It's about doing it. So if you have, a thought, right? For example, the stakeholder communication plan. She will explain to you what is it, why you should have it, and how to do it. And I think that's the important aspect of her work is exactly walking you through what is it, why should you do it, and how you do it. Any other thoughts on stakeholder communications plan that you'd like to share?
Oh, it just that, planning process it's an enterprise-wide initiative, right? So you have to, make sure that all your stakeholders have an opportunity to input into the plan as well, because those are the folks that are going to be ultimately implementing the plan. So it's important to make sure that everybody is in alignment with the overarching strategy of the organization, that they can help contribute to the creation of that strategy and then ultimately implement and then be held accountable through performance management.
So one of the reasons why I think Deb is so successful is because she focused on small and medium businesses. So this is stuff for startups, for small
Sure.
businesses, and people sometimes think I cannot afford to do this. Actually, we will make the counterclaim: you cannot afford not
Not
to.
to.
You have to plan. You have to look. So even if you're a one-person band, right? You're the janitor and you're the CEO. Well, you have to take care of accounting. You have to take care of marketing. You have to take care of strategy. And if you're
Yes.
going to ask for money, right, you're going to go in front of an angel investor, you better have your story straight. So that's basically what those courses are here for, is to help
Right.
you. And again, not to throw a million things at you at once. Rather, one step at a time, customized lessons, subdivided into chapters that make sense, and
Right.
into specific lessons that will help you build what you need so that you're going to become more successful. And that's why we do this using, again, if you click on the seasons, identifying your goals, business intelligence aspects, the strategic plan, performance management. So she will cover all of the bases so that you then don't have to worry about it. It's there. So along the same lines, we have Max Lambright. So he is a 7-time CEO, sorry, 8-time CEO.
Time.
So he led many different companies in a variety of different industries. So his work is also structured the same way. If you use the seasons button, you can talk about roadmap to creating a world-class company, focusing on growth. He talks about the CEO as the CGO, the Chief Growth Officer.
Mhm.
So Max is all about strategies and growth strategies, right? He's about empowering the people around you. So culture of talent and excellence, And then he talks about this issue of visionary leadership. So within each one of those, so let's go to visionary leadership, for example. There are 4 other lessons in there, right? Becoming a leader, becoming a visionary leader, committing to growth, implementing operation management processes, practicing visionary leadership. So those are people who are seasoned professionals. They have led, they teach, and they have taught for quite some time. So those again are those seasoned professionals that have done the work, not just talk about them.
Right.
So if you want someone who actually was and is successful and has done it, that's the place to get started. So we have the fastest route with Kevin Soboski. So Kevin is EOS expert and entrepreneurial operating systems. So he will guide us through a variety of issues and topics, how to get, and he is an expert on the solopreneur. So the one-person band, if you are a one-person band, you really need to take a look at Kevin's content, because he focuses on getting that solopreneur started. So Kevin's content is here. You can find it in the platform as well. So Sylvia is very preoccupied with maximizing your investment. And she talks a lot about, going into an event. And so her course and her materials in this one are focused on how to attend events with intention and purpose. She uses the same process as the other content creators do. So basically, the decisions are chapters, right? So planning and preparing for the event, making the most out of it, what happens after the event is over? What do you do? And what is your ROIs? How do you measure the benefit of what you just did, right? So she will walk you through, again, each one of those are lessons inside of the modules. So each lesson is about 15 minutes long. So it's a very short presentation. It's a very short discussion, but it will cover the basics. It's going to cover the essentials. And again, she's another one of those people who hold your hands and walk you through the process. So let's continue on the tour here, right? So we talked about Sylvia. So Chela is focusing on maximizing your revenues. So how much money you earn. So when Deb and I interviewed her, we had such a wonderful conversation. And she told us, Deb and Rom, usually we don't say money is for women, and much less for Latina women. And there she is. She is an authority in this field, Latina woman, and she is the one who teaches about pricing and getting your price right. So again, the course is structured along the same way, but we're going to see that our people come from a variety of walks of life. They look and feel different. And that's the wealth of one of the pillars of our conference and one of the pillars of the work we do here, which is inclusion. And that's what Deb mentioned about being an inclusive group of people working together. So she talks about, when she was growing up, that, people told her, well, this money thing is for men, not for women. So she talks about what she had to overcome while she was growing up. And she's a role model, right? So today you think about the impact that she has when, a young Latina teenager in Latin America sees she's a successful business owner, and she deals with price and she deals with money. So that's the role model aspect of the people we have in the platform. They are very successful, again, seasoned professionals. They have been doing this for a while. They were very well known in the field. But again, they bring their own perspectives and their personal experience to life. And that's why Deb and I love to work with these people.
Yeah.
So again, Chela works in seasons, money relationship, increasing your fees, building a network or a net worth, she says, and social media strategies. So let's say, for example, I go to social media strategies. There are presentations about social media strategies. There are courses about social media strategies. And of course, she has a lesson on social media strategies, for example, growing our email list, for example. So you can see her perspective, and then you can see a course on social media marketing, or you can see some other like Vanessa Cabrera, who has talked about building a social media marketing plan or strategy. So all those things go together. But again, folks, you don't have to look for it. if you click on something and there's related content in the platform, that will be automatically displayed for you, so you don't have to go look for it. But if you are looking for it, you just can hit search and say, social media marketing, social media strategies, leadership, business, whatever it is that you're looking for. If you use the search button, it's going to display a variety of different contents. So of course the platform is still growing, and we are adding, actually every one of the conferences we add 20, 30 different new courses. And again, this is the transition from the online courses into here, which is the video on demand platform. And then we have Katarina Hansers Carlson, and she is the author of the Entrepreneurial Blueprint. So a roadmap for success. So Max Lambright talks about the roadmap for the organization, and she talks about the roadmap for you, the entrepreneur. And if you need questions about the solopreneur, that is actually Kevin. So you can find a variety. So we brought people together who have different perspectives on different aspects of the business, but it does go along. So it seems we have so many channels, so many topics, yes, but they do go along. And again, Katarina Hansens Carlson operates much the same way. We have seasons, which means those are basically, if you think about a book, you're reading chapters of a book or modules of a course. So your identity, reframing yourself, building a revenue model, and then of course the capstone, which is being extraordinary. So let's just, for the sake of argument, go to revenue model. So when she talks about revenue, so specifically a revenue model, if you look at that, then there's a piece that connects to Max's focus on growth and revenue, a piece that connects to Chala's perspective, raising a revenue, a piece that talks, from the strategic planning process, a perspective on revenue from that. So you have different professionals, basically different management areas, talking about one topic, either from the entrepreneur or the solopreneur or the leadership or the planning or the financing, of course, or the budgeting. So we have several different professionals looking at this specific topic and bringing it to you. So it's readily available, and you can digest it very quickly, because again, that's what the platform is here for. And that's basically the tour of the platform. So Deb, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rom. I appreciate that. I love the tour here. It just never ceases to amaze me that, you can learn. I think a big part of what you said was the value of different points of view, different perspectives about specific topics. And that's what makes the learning experience so enriching, is, you'll get, and that's where, again, just a great learning opportunity. And from people who are coming from different, areas, different walks of life, different industries. And all of them are people that have been practitioners in their field for many, many years. So there's I talked before about the breadth of experience that's represented on the platform, but it's not just about the breadth, it's the depth. So, and that the fact that the videos are very digestible, they're, in 15 minutes, no more than 15-minute long videos. So, and why is it that way? Why do we do that? Because we feel that people can, everybody can sit down for at least 15 minutes, and that, they can watch something and consume some knowledge before they, move on. So we wanted to make it very, have a consideration about people's time. Because people's time is critically important, and we wanted them to be able to consume the information in kind of these short moments, and then move to the next lesson. So that's kind of the thinking here, and the fact that it's available in the step-by-step format, so the actual education of the training courses, or watching the videos. So again, options. We wanted to provide these experts on these topics and give our audience these options to consume it the way it works best for them. And I love that now we can search on a topic, and we're going to be shown all those videos that pertain to that topic by all these different people. So the search, criteria is very, very effective, very helpful to people. And so if you're thinking about, revenue, you'll get a list of all those videos that are appropriate. You can just sit back and watch all those, 15-minute videos, and learn something in a very, short period of time. So I think what we've got here is making it digestible to people, and again, from the experts in their field. So so thank you so much for the tour. And so now I think we want to kind of transition and share with people how they can join the platform. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the process to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Again, you can subscribe to the channel. If you could take us to the purchase slide, that would be great. This is an opportunity for folks to subscribe to the channel on a monthly basis. So it's a very affordable monthly cost. So just think about the current streaming services that you subscribe to. Think of what those costs are. This is less than those costs. Again, different kinds of content. You're not watching action movies or thrillers or dramas or comedies. You're learning. And from business, education, health and wellness, culture, the arts. So this is a different experience at a very affordable rate. So we encourage you to please come on board and join us. Subscribe to the channel, and also many of the videos are available pay-per-view, one video at a time. So you may choose to do that. There may be videos there that you're just interested in watching one, and you can actually purchase that one. You can actually rent that video for 3 days. And so there's a fee of $1.99 to be able to do that. So you have that option as well. So we're, again, trying to make this, provide different levels of service, the way that you want to consume the information. Subscribe and have access to always, or just rent one video at a time. And if you rent a video, then you have access to that video for 3 days, and that's only $1.99. And so we wanted to make an offer to all of you who are with us today. We have some coupon codes for you. If you are interested, you get $1 off the per month price. So for the Entrepreneur's Path, this is the coupon code. It's SMB 10EP. EP stands for the Entrepreneur's Path. So that's all the business content that Ron just walked you through. So you get $1 off if you use this coupon. And then the Health Futures, which includes the health and wellness content, that coupon code is SMB 10HF for Health Futures. And again, you get $1 off the $10.99 per month price. So making it very, very affordable. We'd love to have you, join us, join our community. And as I talked about earlier, we've got this beautiful content already available right now. Rom showed it to you, and we have more coming. And so we're always, it's like a continuous development process, right, Rom?
Yeah, so folks, this is, of course, the launch for the VOD channel, and you're going to find wonderful information, wonderful videos. But if you really want to make this experience even more comprehensive, soon enough, Deb will be launching the courses. So, soon enough, you're going to be able to hear all about the courses. And the courses have the videos, they have the transcripts, they have lists, they have tutorials, they have exercises, and they have online communities. So this is only one aspect of the stuff we do. So again, looking at the videos and 15-minute videos here and there, just talking about the specific. But if you really want to drill down, if you really wants to secure that knowledge, that's through a course. And just wait. Deb will have that coming out soon. So please stay tuned for the launch of our courses.
Of our courses. Absolutely. Thank you, Ron, for that. And again, that's, the beautiful thing about the courses is that those are step by step. So this is, we're not just talking about the topic, we're actually educating you on the how to. So the step by step, literally step 1, step 2, do this, then do this, then do that, because that's, really what, in the spirit of what Rom and I are doing together here with our partnership, is to provide access to the content, to the rich educational content, but we want you to be successful. And so we find in the online education, online training, that if we provide that practical instruction, the step-by-step, that people then have when they've gone through the course, they actually have something meaningful that they can implement and execute and then measure to drive accountability. So this is, I think, and again, options are available the way that you want to learn. So stay tuned, because we're going to be launching the courses early in October, just prior to our VC Europe X conference. And so I really want to, thank everybody for being with us today and for joining us. We want to make sure that you come and like and follow us. The VC Europe X conference Facebook page. We're over 13,000 members strong in our VC Europe X conference Facebook community. So please come on board with us and be part of us. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your ideas. And the community it's an interactive community. So sure, we post a lot in the community. I'm posting the newsletter, what's new that week in the community. But this is an opportunity for us to hear from you. So for you to share your thoughts, your ideas, what you want to learn about, what types of speakers you want to hear from, the topics that are of interest to you. And of course, if you are interested in speaking at the conference, we want to hear from you. We want you to come on our website and apply. If you want to create an online training course, if you're an expert in your field, we want to hear from you. So please don't be shy. We also want you to follow us, on Twitch. We're streaming today on Twitch. That's under our IMCI magazine handle on Twitch. And we also want to make sure that you have an opportunity to join us at the conference. So please register. That is our vceuropex.vfairs.com site. So again, we would love for you to join us at the conference, join our communities, stay in touch, and of course, subscribe to our brand new futuresnetwork.tv platform. We hope to see you there. Rom, any final words?
Yeah, so folks, if you see anything that what Deb and I are trying to do here is, please, the only commodity we truly have is time. So don't spend your time, invest your time with us. And that's the promise, on Deb shows and everything that we do, is that you're going to learn something new. We're going to be focused on 2 or 3 new things you can do, things you can learn, and things you can apply today on your business, on your problem, on whatever that you're working on. So if you think about, how you're going to manage your time, don't spend it, invest it with us in futuresnetwork.tv.
Wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for being with Rom and I today. Again, hope to see you on the platform and in our communities. Don't be shy. We want to hear from you. And we hope to see you on the platform. Bye for now.
Thank you.